Best thing on her. I don't know why you put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's all to me nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine. The moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's all to me nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these tickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you never see me, it's no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking, it's all to me nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's all to me nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Back in the building, guys. But it's kind of funny, my man. Ian said my intro's too long. But good money, I'm not going to let that distract me. I'm not going to let that deter me because my damn intro ain't that goddamn long. Shout out to my man Tommy for being. He said, we need that. God damn. Now, Tommy, the young cats will say that's a plausible statement you just made at me. God dang. I may drop the link. Look at this dude. I ain't seen him forever. And he gonna say my intro is too long. It's 2 damn minutes. 2 minutes and 20-something seconds. He talking about my Enos, won't you do me a favor and drop me a super chat or cash app or something? How about you do that? You crazy ass. Where you been at, man? Been riding that goddamn bike all damn day. That's what you been doing. See, that wind hitting you in the face is to affect your mind. Talking about the Cowboys gonna win it all. I know something wrong. He high today. He's over the pond and he got to be on something today. He talking this crazy, talking about the Cowboys gonna win it all. Tommy, don't listen to her. She's talking about something else. Hey, let me get focused, man. Y'all messing me up. Shout out to everybody who's here today. I appreciate every last one of you guys for being here. Thank you. But I need for y'all to do me a solid. Everybody here on the live. And those who are going to be watching on replay, hit that like button.
Push the goddamn button.
You're goddamn right. I need y'all to push the goddamn button. Hit that like button, every last one of you guys. I appreciate every last one of you being here.
What's the goddamn button?
My man Enid said, yes, I did 123 miles. See, I told you. That wind was blowing his face, is messing his head up. Talking about the Cowboys. Gonna win it all. So with the recommendation of time, I will drop the link a little bit later. I will do that. No problem. But before I drop the link today, we got to talk about some things. Got a whole lot going on, right? Got a whole lot going on. With that being said, let's go and get the party started. Let's get the party started. And we're going to start off on a college level. We got actual college games. We had actual college games. And we had some this past Saturday. Speaking of this past Saturday, we had an upset over in Ireland. To number 17 ranked Ireland. Loss to the 22nd ranked Iowa State. Oh, in Ireland. Congratulations to Iowa State for that win. You know, right now, I mean, the way they was talking, like they was being supposed to be the favorite to win the Big 12. Now, if y'all know what the Big 12 is not looking the same as the old Big 12 with Texas and Oklahoma. That's not that Big 12. It's a different Big 12. You got Cincinnati in the Big 12 now. And a bunch of other cast-off teams. They just doing there just to keep a title as a conference. But nonetheless, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to do what you got to do. So with that being said, this new Big 12 they got, so-called Big 12 they got, well, the team that is their favorite didn't win. Not this past weekend anyway. They lost. Now, they not saying they can't come bouncing back. We can't say that because they could. Anything's possible. Anything is possible. But with that being said, they did lose this weekend to an Iowa State team. To an Iowa State team that in my opinion, is well coached. Very well coached. My man's a great coach out there at Iowa State. You know, last year they was in the running to make the playoffs, but of course they collapsed at the end. You know, that Big Ten's a beast. You know, that Big Ten's a beast. The last two champions was out of the Big Ten between Michigan and then Ohio State. But, you know, that's just part of the game. That's just part of the game. Look, as far as the new look Big 12, I'm trying to figure out how do they continue to keep their conference affiliates. So this is what we got to call the Big 12 now that we have the Big 12. You have Arizona State. You have Arizona. You have BYU. You have Baylor. You have Cincinnati. You have Colorado. You have Houston. You have Iowa State. Kansas State, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas, University of Central Florida, Utah, as well as West Virginia. That's your Big 12. That is your Big 12. And Kansas State was the favorite to win it. Now, like I said, it can still happen. They are 0-1 in the Big 12 because they played against Iowa State. And that's their first Big 12 loss. Now, you know, it is what it is, but you can always bounce back because I don't see Iowa State going undefeated. But they are behind the 8 ball right now as far as Kansas State. Matter of fact, I think Colorado plays this weekend against Georgia Tech. I want to say that's who Colorado end up playing this weekend. So it should be a good game. Should be an interesting game. He said, "How's Colorado going to do this season?" I don't know. Now they do have their freshman down there at quarterback, but I don't think they're going to start him. I think they counting on the transfer to start at quarterback this season. We'll just have to see how that goes. But as far as the college this weekend, it really wasn't a lot of good matchups. I mean, I watched the game between Iowa State and Kansas State. It was okay. Unfortunately, the weather was so nasty out there. It was sloppy. A lot of turnovers being made. You playing over in Ireland, so you playing it on a different culture. Another thing about it is just the matchup just wasn't good, right? I ended up watching a game later on that night between Hawaii and Stanford. My man was on the bum leg. He twisted his ankle real bad in the Stanford game, but Hawaii ended up coming back and ended up beating Stanford. And you know, it's funny. The head coach at Hawaii, remember, I don't know if you remember Timmy Chang was a Heisman candidate back in the days. Well, he's the head coach down there in Hawaii. It just lets you know how old I am. God damn, I remember watching that guy play in the early 2000s. And now he's a head coach there. It's crazy. Man, I'm getting old. I got to accept that. It is what it is. But pretty much that was really the college football games that was actually played. But now there's been a lot of college news that we definitely got to talk about. One of them is Archie Manny's going to be a full-time starter this year. Bryce Underwood, who's a true freshman, his area is going to start at Ann Arbor, Michigan. Head coach Sharon Moore has named 5-star freshman as their starting quarterback for this season. So you got a lot of news coming out the college game. Also, the SEC has moved to a 9-conference game starting in 2026. Not this year, but next season they can start 2026. So they got to play 9 conference games. 3 teams they're going to play on a regular every year. And the other 6 games, they're just going to rotate between all the 18 teams in the conference. That's crazy, 18 teams. Let me say this. I could see in about 2 years, about 2027, 2028, they're going to be up to 20. I do see an expansion. Look, man, let's go and say it now. Right now, there's 5 major conferences, 5. There won't be 5 for long. I think the Big 12 is going to be folding. And I think the Pac-12, Pac-10, Pac-12, whatever they call it now, I think they're going to fold. I do. I think there's going to be 3 major conferences. I think there's going to be 3 major conferences. And that's going to be the SEC, the Big 10, and more likely it's going to be the ACC. There's going to be left standing. And I think they're going to divide the rest of the teams up that are major. And every team's going to either have between 20 to 24 teams in the conference. And then whatever other teams left, they probably put something together. But nobody's going to take their conference serious, whatever they decided to call themselves. That last conference with just leftover, with the leftover teams. Now, I know y'all say, no, I think you crazy. I don't think it'll happen. Yeah, I think that's what's going to end up happening, man. Because a lot of these conferences can't really support because there's no really good teams in there. They're not good teams that's consistent on a regular basis. Big 12 is not putting out a playoff team every year. They're not. Pac-12, Pac-10, Pac-12, they're not doing it either. Now, there was a time they did. Not no more. These teams have been rated, taken advantage of, just beat down. So now they just left with scraps. This ain't your daddy's Big 12. This ain't my Big 12. These are your kids' Big 12. It's not looking good. Pac-12, same way. Look, I'm going to say this. The ACC is barely holding on. But they a team that's going to be looking for more teams to add to the conference. And so some of these high-powered teams that are left between the Pac-12 and the Big 12, well, guess what? They're going to need a home. So some of the best or whatever left in them conference can migrate over to the ACC to help build them up. That's what they're going to do. So the SEC is going to take the best of whatever that is. And please believe me, don't think we won't take from the ACC. We've done it before. We will do it again. Now, you have to go far back in the time when we did that. But it's done. It's been done. That's what's going to end up happening. They're going to raid the conference. Don't be surprised you don't see Duke and USC, and they're going to do it just for basketball reasons. We'll take your little ragged football team, but we're just going to do it for help the basketball team out. You also might see Miami and Florida State being rated. Now, that's for football reasons. Those might be the 4 teams we take. We're 18 now. Don't be surprised. Those be the 4 that takes us up to about 22. If we want to go to 24, then we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll take like the Baylor and Texas Tech. Now we got a foothold in the state of Texas. We got 2 of them already with Texas A&M and Texas. We got a small print there. Now, of course, Texas is the state school, and so that's a major footprint. But you got A&M that also helps. But guess what? You go in there and mess around and take Baylor and Texas Tech. Shit, you got the state. What you gonna have? Only you have left with SMU, maybe Houston. You don't want them 2 schools, but you pretty much gonna have a foothold in the state of Texas if you mess around, get Baylor and Texas Tech. And that's what possibly could happen. Like I said, I believe between the years 2027, 2028, don't be surprised the SEC won't expand. ACC will try to expand with whatever left over. The Big Ten will try to expand with whatever's left over and go from there. Look, don't be surprised. Now, I can't guarantee the name of the teams. I gave a possible guess of a couple teams that probably could expand over. Like I said, I could see SEC going in there and taking, a school like Baylor or Texas Tech. Like I said, to have another foothold, another opportunity to recruit some players out of Texas, other SEC schools. Texas produce a lot of great big-time players. So I wouldn't be surprised they do that. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I do see an expansion coming within the next 2 to 3 years, for sure. Guys, like my wife said, hit that like button.
What's the goddamn button?
She says, like, comment, share, subscribe, and donate via Cash App or Super Chat. You want to be good. I appreciate every last one of it. I promise you I do. And I'll let you know once you do it. But those are some of the things that we're going to be happening, jumping off in college. I can't wait till this Saturday. It's going to be a lot of good matchups. And one of the good matchups we're going to have is at Texas and Ohio State. Of course, we all know that's a rematch from the playoff of the championship game. Ohio State had to replace a lot of players. They had a lot of players in the draft, a lot of seniors. So they took a little hit. That's to be expected, though. Most teams take hit. I know y'all used to seeing Alabama rebuilding year after year going to the gym. I understand that. That's not how it works now. That NIL, man, and free agency able to transfer, it's not the same. It's hard to get right back up and rebuild year after year. It's hard. It's tough. Ask Michigan. Michigan won the championship, and then the next year they went 8-5. Of course, they did lose their head coach. They did go into some NCAA investigation with Spygate and all that good stuff I talked a little bit about last week on a short show that I had. But it's just part of it. It's part of it. That's part of football, the college football level. That's what normally happens. So you got to deal with it. It is what it is. But I think it's going to be a hell of a matchup. So looking forward to this weekend in the college game. My team is Kentucky. And I also root for Miami, so I like to watch Miami. But this is what we have coming up this weekend, some of the matchups. It starts on Thursday, of course. You got Boise State going against South Florida. That'll be a interesting game. You got the Texas and Ohio State. That'll be a hell of a matchup on Saturday at 12. It's an early game, too, not a late game. I would think it'd be that big-time game, but it's not. You also have Alabama going against Florida State. So, you got a few games. You also looks at it for the weekend, for Memorial Day weekend, we got Notre Dame, number 6 Notre Dame going against number 10 Miami. So that's the Sunday night game. They're going to take the NFL prime time spot. But the late night prime time game is LSU and Clemson. Now, see, I assume this game's at Ohio State since they're playing at the big noon for the Big Ten is how they do. So I assume it's at Ohio State. There's reason why they played at 12 o'clock on Saturday. But that Saturday night game is going to be definitely a good one. Like I said, number 9, LSU going against number 4, Clemson. That'd be a hell of a matchup. Then you following up with another ACC teams, which Notre Dame is somewhat ACC, I guess. At least in basketball, they are everything. They in the ACC every sport besides football. They still remain under the independent umbrella. Now that's Notre Dame being smart, getting some of the ACC money, but also keeping their independence in football so they don't hardly have to share. But they under the deal is they have to play so many ACC teams during the regular season. So I guess it's a part of the deal, part of the contract. Now, Ennis finally got smart. Maybe some of that wind blowing in his face starting to wear off. He said, let's go Hurricanes. I know that's right. But that's what we have on a college level, man, coming up this weekend. Like I said, it starts on Thursday with the Boise State in South Florida. Should be good. And definitely one of the games I definitely want to make sure I check out is at Texas and Ohio State, because I'm going to definitely talk about it. Hell of a matchup like that. And so this Notre Dame and Miami game should be interesting. Now, I have a draft a couple drafts coming up here, fantasy football draft. Looking forward to it. My wife said, how many drafts you in? How many leagues you in? I don't know. It's hard to keep up. I might have to keep a count on them. But what I may do is definitely stream live. Now, I recorded the other ones, and I posted it on my channel. So if y'all want to see me in a fantasy draft, I did post them on my channel. But what I may do is do a live stream on that day because I got a couple drafts I got to deal with. It'll be like back to back. So I may do a live Sunday special stream, you know what I'm saying? A live fantasy draft, as well as talk about some of the college football games that was played on that Saturday. I think it's what I may do. It's still up in there. Still up in there. But it depends on my schedule. My wife and I will be celebrating this weekend, Saturday, our 1-year anniversary. Congratulations to us. We will be going out to a nice restaurant. So I got to find out the restaurant I'm gonna pick from, so she can call and make reservations. But definitely looking forward to that. But as far as the sports thing, man, I don't know. I was looking at the sports, and one of the things I was definitely making sure I was checking out on a college level was the odds. So for those who don't know, I like to partake in the little parlays. I don't really do too much of the college basketball or the college football. College level betting is tricky. I don't mess with that. I do mess with the NFL, not the college or none of college. Don't really touch the NBA either, but I do mess with NFL football. But, I was looking at it just out of curiosity. And the title odds, Ohio State is plus 550, Texas plus 550, Penn State is plus 650, Georgia plus 800, Alabama plus 900, and coming in at plus 900, you have Clemson. So those are just a few of the odds. Now, here's a few sleeper title odds. Now, I can't stand to keep putting Notre Dame up because, being that they don't really play in a conference, they got an independent schedule. I mean, the schedule is really not that hard, difficult, but, it is what it is. But they're plus 1,100. LSU is plus 1,500. Oregon plus 1,500. Michigan plus 3,500. Florida plus 4,000. So is Miami plus 4,000. Ole Miss is plus 5,000. Texas A&M is plus 5,000. Oklahoma's plus 6,000. Auburn's plus 7,500. South Carolina plus 7,500, as well as Tennessee plus 7,500. Now, I was looking at these odds, man. These are interesting. It's really interesting. I do like Texas, though. At all those, I do like Texas. I know Archie Manning is going to be starting his campaign as a full-time starter, but he had a couple of starts before. But now he's a full-time starter. Really no competition. He's that man. And, of course, we all know it's all going to be on him. He said, what time on Sunday? So it'll probably be around 7 o'clock. That's my my draft starts on Sunday around 7 o'clock. Yeah, that's what time I'll be starting, man. Thank you, Enos. Tommy said, I got a phone call. I'm back. You talking about the mighty USC Trojans yet? And no, we're not. And we won't be, because they're not mighty and they don't need to talk about them. As my man Rick Pitino said, Bill Russell is not walking through the door. Well, neither is Matt Leinart, Carson Palmer, Reggie Bush, Lindell White, none of the other O.J. Simpsons or the Marcus Allens or the Ronnie Lotts, none of the other great USC players walking through the door to help you sorry son of a guns win shit. To say USC is mighty is blasphemy. It's about as crazy as saying what Enid said, the Cowboys are going to win it all. It's crazy work. But with that being said, I will give you the opportunity to speak on this when I drop the link, Tommy. They were some great names. They were some great players. I can't deny that USC didn't have no great players. I'll be lying to myself. A lot of great players come out of USC. It was just a few of them. You know, that was just a few of them. You know, you got Rodney Peete came out of USC. I mean, you got a lot of great players. Troy Polamalu. Shit. You got a lot of great players came out of USC, man. I mean, I can't front, man. USC has produced some great players. Huh? Junior Seau. I mean, come on, man. You got to respect the legends. You got to respect the legends. So, yeah, they produce a lot of great players. I can't deny that. And then you got this guy. I said great players, not just players. I said great players, man. But, you know, look, I'll give him that title when he wins a Super Bowl. If he wins a Super Bowl, I'll put him up with great players, but not until then. You know, Keyshawn Johnson. Huh? Y'all know what I mean. Curtis Conway, old Chicago Bears wide receiver, former USC wide receiver. What's my man, John A. Morton? Let me stop, man. I don't need to be displaying all my goddamn college football knowledge. Y'all mess around and start some stuff, boy. Your boy knows some stuff. I'm telling you, I got some knowledge up in this old brain of mine. I'm just saying. But yeah, looking forward to the college season. It's going to be great, man. I'm looking forward to it. Seeing a lot of these players come through, man. It's crazy because now I'm getting to watch the sons of great players that I used to watch in the NFL. Notre Dame got about 5 former NFL player sons. That's crazy. But that's the reality. That's the reality. So I will definitely make sure I'll be watching college football season this year. I will be watching and rooting for my man Deion Sanders still. I want to see that brother be successful. Well, let's get to it. Let's get to the NFL. We got to talk about it. Because we all know, as far as the NFL, it's cut days. Now, the cut deadline is tomorrow at 4 p.m., I believe it is, 4 p.m. tomorrow. They had to have all their final cuts in. I hate it. You know, back in the days, they used to gradually cut them down, but now they just like one just big cut day. You got to get rid of these some guns. Yeah, all the juniors put the numbers in. Man, they got about 4 of them. 4 of them that I know of for sure. Jerome Bennett's, Ryan Clark's son. Jesus Christ. I mean, they got a lot of players up there. I'm like, man, what the hell? You goddamn Notre Dame? What is Notre Dame doing? It ain't like they alumni of the team. They shit. They not alumni. They just, damn. I'm like, man, what is going on? Travel One says, Hink, to have a nice evening together. Coco G had her first match at the U.S. Open tonight. Go Coco. All right, go Coco. And that's my tennis report from Travel One. Shout out to Travel One with the tennis report. Like the wife said, hit that like button. Make sure you share, subscribe. Donate if you feel it in your heart.
What's the goddamn button?
That's the most important thing I need you to do is hit that like button. Trevor, when you hit that like button, man, I know you be stingy with the likes. I got to stay on your neck. Hit that like button, Trevor One.
What's the goddamn button?
You goddamn right. Push that goddamn button, Trevor One. I shouldn't have to tell you twice. But yeah, man, look. College football officially kicks off for me this weekend, like I said. All the good games, all the good matchups. The holiday weekend, we're going to get some great matchups. Like I said, the LSU-Clemson game is going to be a good game. Of course, we got the Texas and Ohio State. A lot of great football is going to be played this weekend. But like I said, the two games that I want to see, well, the three games I want to see is the Miami and Notre Dame, the LSU and the Clemson, and of course, the Texas and Ohio State. Rematch of the championship game from last season. Should be a great matchup with all three of those games. Looking forward to it. Somebody's playoff hopes could be dashed. Somebody playoff odds are going to be great after the win. So, that being said, let's get to it. Let's continue to move on. And we're going to talk about the NFL. We all know the NFL's king. And if y'all don't know, I'm letting you know now. NFL's king. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't worry about USC. I don't even know who they play. Who they play. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like my man The Rock said, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter who USC plays. I hope they lose. Just because Tommy said so. I said something. That's nasty work. But as far as the NFL pertains, like I said, they already having the cuts. I'm watching it. There was a couple of players, man, that I thought that was going to hopefully make the roster with the Birds, but they didn't. Ian Wheeler is one of the guys, man. He was a running back. We had rookie last year from Howard towards ACL during the training camp. Unfortunately, he didn't make the team last year, so I thought he'd have a good chance to make the 53-man roster this year. Unfortunately for the young man, he did not make it. They cut him. Now, he can be put on the practice squad if nobody else claims him off waivers. We'll see. Another one is Javon Walker, young receiver, man. He's about 5'11", got a little speed on him, man. Made a lot of great catches, had 2 touchdowns during the preseason. Unfortunately, he was cut. Now, he's eligible for the practice squad as well. Hopefully, them 2 guys are able to make the practice squad without somebody claiming off waiver. We'll see. But that's what happens doing cut days, man. You know, some guys cut just because they're not good enough to be on the team. Some guys get cut because of salary cap reasons. But we'll see. We will see how that goes. Another thing is Tommy's Raiders decided to bring old washed up Amari Cooper back for a one year deal. Was this a 1 day and retire? Man, but no, I thought that's what it was when I seen it come across the ticket. No, they brought him back, man, because they need some wide receiver help. You know why? Because Jacoby Myers hit the Raiders with the "I want to be traded." Jacoby Myers said, "Man, I got to get out of here. I deserve better." No, you don't, Jacoby Myers. You're not that goddamn good, first of all. You're not that good. Talk about I want to be traded. Who are they going to trade you for? A cup of coffee? What the hell? Tommy said, disrespectful. No, Tommy, that's the truth. I'm speaking reality over here, bro. I'm sorry if you felt like it was disrespectful because that's not what it's intended. I'm just speaking the truth. They brought old man Amari Cooper, 31-year-old. Now, in our years, regular people years, that's not old, but in NFL years, he's an old head. They brought him back for a 1 year deal. And as they brought him back, Jacoby Myers said, I want to be traded. And nobody wants your sorry ass, man. You was cast off from the Patriots. Nobody wants you, man. I seen that. I said, I just shook my head, man. I said, what the hell is wrong with him? Talking about I won't be traded like you somebody. You ain't nobody. I'm just going to go and tell you ain't nobody, Jacoby Myers. You better be glad you're still in the league. You talk about I want to demand a trade. Who cares? I got a cup of coffee for you. Tom said he wants a contract. Contract? Man, he better be glad he got it. He's still in the league, man. I mean, look, let me say this. I ain't going to be told this, but he had an okay year last season. I mean, he did all right. I'm trying to figure out what kind of deal he wants. What type of contract he asking for. Speaking of contract, let's talk about a contract that just happened. Got a couple of them. Two guys that was holding out that were looking for a contract, and that was my man, Trey Hendrickson, as well as Scary Terry. Both got a deal. Now, let's go with Hendricks first, because his deal is not too, it's not long. It's just Bengals and Trey Hendricks reached an agreement today for a $14 million raise this year, boosting the salary up to $30 million. So really, they just gave him a 1 year, final year, up to $30 million. But of course, Hendrickson would be a free agent after the scheduled season. Unrestricted free agent. Y'all know what that means, right? No ties. That's it. They said, look, if we can't get a deal, I'm going to be unrestricted free agent. I'm just going to go out there to the market and see what I can get. Now, is he a little longer than 2? Yeah, he is. He's an older pass rusher. He's still tough. Still tough. Still productive. So you got to respect that. But Cincinnati said, I can't do it. I got too much money tied up in our offense. And when I mean offense, I mean 2 receivers and a quarterback. They said the rest of always we ain't gonna worry about it. We ain't gonna worry about the line. The hell with that. We'll figure it out. We talking about Jamal Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow. That's all offense. That's it. No line. We ain't worry about the running backs. We just go with Chase Brown and figure out the rest. It is what it is. The hell with our defense. We not worried about defense. We just gonna outscore everybody. That's the Bengals mindset. They outscore everybody. We ain't trying to stop nobody. We just said, open the door, come on in. Score as much as you want. We're going to outscore you. Whoever had the ball last wins. That's their motto. That's crazy. But speaking of another disgruntled free agent for a while there, Terry McLaurin, agreed to a 3-year contract extension worth, $96 million. The extension keeps Terry McLaurin under contract through the 2028 season, including a $30 million signing bonus. Get your money, young blood. Get your goddamn money. So, my man Terry pretty much got what he wanted. He wanted to be in a $30 million range, but they put him right at $30 million. That's all you're going to get. That's all we got for you. Now, I guess Terry said that's not this work. I accept that. But see, the only thing about Terry's a little older too. You know, he's a little longer than 2 for a receiver. So, you know, he kind of almost painted himself in a corner. But fortunately for them, I guess the Commanders realized we do need somebody for Jaden Daniels though too. He had a successful season with Terry. Let's continue to ride this ride out. So for the next 3 years, Terry will be getting passed from Jaden McDaniels at the Washington Commanders. So congratulations to that young brother for getting his bag, getting his money. He deserves it. He definitely deserves it. In other news, Got some news on the injury front. You got to talk about it. Joe Mixon will miss 4 games this season for the Houston Texans. Running back Joe Mixon will miss at least the first 4 games of the regular season due to a foot injury. The team announced today. Adam Schefter let the news go, and I'm just sharing it with you guys. Unfortunately, with Joe Mixon, he is a little long. All these old heads. He's old head under the NFL years. He will be out, but they do have Nick Chubb, and they have Damian Pierce. A couple running backs they have in the stable to kind of work around until Joe Mixon gets back. We just have to see how that goes. Of course, I drafted none of those running backs. The Texans. I drafted the C.J. Stroud from Texas. Didn't get him either. Matter of fact, I got to get none of the receivers. I got no Texans player. Not even a kicker. Not even Ferber. I got no Texans players at all. Not saying they're not good. They're good, but man, every time it seems like all of the receivers got health issues. Collins, man, is a good receiver, but he can't play the full season. I can't take a chance on because he was one of those late first round pick. You had to spend a late first round pick on him in order to get him, and I just wasn't ready to make that call. I wasn't willing to make that call. So that being said, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Before I drop the link, as my man Tommy asked for. Philly traded. I'm not Philly. Minnesota traded Sam Howell to Philadelphia Eagles and cut a deal with Carson Wentz. Yes, that Carson Wentz that was in it, running for the MVP for the Philadelphia Eagles when they made that playoff run. Unfortunately, got hurt, and Nick Foles was able to guide the Philadelphia Eagles to win their first Super Bowl. He is now with the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Howell has been traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. So with that being said, Sam Howell's going to get an opportunity to be the backup to Jaden Daniels. And Carson Wentz is going to pretty much be the backup to J.J. McCarthy. I'm not sold on J.J. McCarthy because he hasn't played last year because of injury. Now this season going to be his first year. And he played the Bears' first game of the season on Monday Night Football. We're going to see how he's going to handle the pressure. We're going to see how he handled the pressure. First game of your NFL season. We got a lot of pressure coming your way. Bears going to be bringing that that good defense. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. So with that being said, let me go ahead and drop the link. And Tommy said, man, drop the link. So be it. I will drop the link. Didn't plan on going long tonight because I am tired. I had a lot going on yesterday. Look, I had 2 drafts yesterday. So I'm still trying to recover from that. Had a lot going on. Was dealing with the fair. Had a fair down in the state. Big Andy, let's just stop lying. Now, Big Andy, you know if you're going to talk trash, we got to do it in the super chat, brother. I don't mind. But hit it in the super chat. That being said, make sure y'all do me a solid.
Push the goddamn button.
And hit that like button. Hit that goddamn like button. So with that being said, let me make sure I drop the link right here. So you guys can have the opportunity to come up and we could talk sports. So there it is. I dropped the link for you guys to come up and hang out for a little bit before I call it a night. and talk shit about my team, and I'm gonna talk shit about yours because I know yours suck and mine's great. But we can have the conversation. Yeah, make sure y'all cam up. Just make sure I can see you. And if you decide you want to cam down afterwards, that's okay. But I gotta make sure you cammed up, make sure you're legit. Too much craziness around here. And I don't want my little channel in trouble. I like my little channel. Because I like coming over here talking crazy to y'all. And I love talking about sports and all that other good stuff. But yes, guys, I did drop the link from NFL Studio to Just NFL, as well as my own personal channels. Big Ed 11 said, Eagles to the Super Bowl and the yard. What was that? And the yard to the World Series. Who's the hell the yard? I don't know who that is. It must be a new team. I meant the Yankees. Doesn't matter. They both suck. The yard sucks and the Yankees. Tommy, what's going on, brother? Long time no see. You on mute.
Oh, what's going on, Hank?
Man, ain't nothing happening. Just over here talking sports. But for some reason, y'all want to bombard it with this USC shit. I'm trying to figure this out.
I was gonna talk about the Shador fan. They gonna miss this boy career, man. They gotta relax. He is, when he does good, he's the greatest quarterback ever. When he does bad, it's everybody else on the field's fault. Like, no, he's doing stuff that we were complaining about at Jackson State.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? You're missing reads. Literally, what do they call it? Floating backwards in the pocket, and then when you giving chase, you're running backwards. You can't do that in the NFL, dog. This ain't Madden. And you know what's funny, Hank? You can't even do that on Madden. You can't even do that on Madden, Hank. They literally made it to where if you go, because that's what everybody used to do, you hike the ball and you run back, to try to get time. They made it realistic to the fact that if you move more than like 8 yards back, them defensive ends is on your ass, like real life. And everybody's killing the coach. Oh, he was in there with the third stringer. He's a 5th round quarterback. He's 4th on the depth chart. But here's the biggest problem with that, Hank. He was playing against 3rd rounders as well. And that should have showed. And that's the problem. You can't be on that. Look, you put Cam Newton on that same field and you tell me that shit gonna look the same as a rookie. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what people need to understand. Dog, I wanted us to get Shador. And my problem is he's not good enough to start right now. But his fans are trying to pressure the Browns into starting him, or at least, putting them in second, which is with the Browns is damn near starting because you got Flacco starting. Yeah. And it's like, no. Hey, what's one of the biggest things we've been complaining about on why young quarterbacks fail? Because they thrown it to the fire too fast. I wanted the Raiders to get him because he could sit behind Geno, and I think Geno would have been a good dude to sit behind with their playing style. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get him to overthrow Geno. Because, and I think that's the problem, is they're putting pressure as if he's a day one starter, and he's not. And if you're being honest, Dylan Gabriel looks better. And the part that kind of got me with, even with the Gabriel thing, is their numbers are similar in college. Yeah. Dylan Gabriel is going against top 5 teams in fucking college football. The actual impressive win Shador had, those teams ended up being ass. Think about that. Even USC, USC ended up being ass that year. So it's like, again, I'm not trying to knock Shador. I'm just being realistic about what's going on here. Again, How many people shitted on the Giants for taking Jackson Dart over him? But those same people not saying shit now that Jackson Dart looks actually nice. Now, granted, it is preseason, but again, the same people were just praising Shador's preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So, again, we got to understand, these people are paid millions of dollars to know what they're talking about. And I think sometimes as we as fans, I think we get above our skis sometimes and we think we know more than what we really know. I've literally, like, just because I've been annoyed by this, watched tape. It's a couple of channels. Marcellus Wiley broke it down, and what's dog name? White boy quarterback. Oh, I can't think of his name, but he
You
broke it
talking
down.
about Chase Daniels?
Chase Daniel, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And dog, he's pointing it like he's literally showing you, dog, you missed a wide open receiver right there. Oh,
Yeah.
look, you're on your second read. You're supposed to be on your first right now. Like, if you look at the film, dog, it's literally starting to look better for the owners and stuff, and not for the fans.
Yeah.
I think people fell in love with the story. People love Dion, and so you overlooked a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You in the NFL, you can't do that zigzag running back. You could do that in college, maybe. You can't do that in the NFL. You know, even to get rid of the ball, dog. They said he averaged in this last game. He averaged 5 seconds, bro, holding the ball.
Yeah.
That's not the offensive line's fault. That's yours.
Yeah. I mean, look. I think we said it best, man. A lot of these guys are getting way too much early playing time, are getting thrown in the fire. These first round draft picks, they're not really sitting like they used to do 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Where they would sit, learn after a year or so, and then come in. And it's showing. It's showing right now. It's showing. I'm watching it with mine. You stuck ass USC great Caleb Williams. Man, he looks pitiful, man. Look, I'm going to say it now. I don't know why I'm saying it. Tyson Bagent, man, he looks better than me. He played a hell of a preseason so far. At all those games they play, man, he looked better, man. He's masking. I mean, he's really accepted the offense and run it way better than what Caleb's doing. I'm watching Caleb run around, have it 5 seconds blocking, and he still find a way to get sacked. How do you get 5 seconds of blocking? Man, you get 3.5. That ball needs to get up out of there. That's not what's happening with Caleb, though. And I guess you think he's still at USC where he's able to back up, run around, and nobody's going to be on his ass. Yeah, man, come on, man. You can't do that. But that's what he's trying to do. Look here. He got this year, and he's got someone next year. And if he doesn't pan out, we're going to be in the market for a quarterback. I'm glad the Bears signed Tyler Bagent to a 2-year extension. Well-deserved. We're going to need it. Because I don't know if Caleb's going to pan out. Now, I hear some of the professional commentators and analysts talking about, I think Caleb, I hope he does. I don't want him to be bad. I don't want to waste a first-round pick on another quarterback. I don't want to do that. I want to go out there and get me a good defensive end. Trade down, maybe get a running back late in the draft. Something. I don't want to be spending on a damn quarterback again.
Yeah,
shit,
I think,
4 quarterbacks in the last 10 years? That's not what I want to be doing.
I think Caleb will be okay. I think he has to mesh with this with the new coach, because a lot of what Ben Johnson does is you're running the actual play. Mm-hmm. And Caleb is one of them type of players. And, and see, this is the biggest difference between, say, like him and Shador is Caleb is a tier 1 athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can do shit that, just most humans on earth can't do. And so with that type of talent, you kind of got to harness it some, because you kind of get in your own way. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you get those quarterbacks with like the rocket arms, and you got to tame them, because all they know in their head is just throw it as hard as they can, and you kind of got to teach them to put that touch on it. And so I think Caleb is like, you kind of got to almost like restructure him. because at USC he was so free. And Ben Johnson runs an offense that is really structured. It's timing, it's boom, 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 and so that's
Well, I
why
think
you
what's
say, like, how do you have 5 seconds of time and you still get sacked? It's because he's trying to create instead of just run what the play is. So I think once he kind of gets that down, I think he'll be all right. I mean, we see the talent. You see certain plays and you like the talent is definitely there. I think it's just him harnessing that creativity down some.
Well, he's gonna have to do it soon. Again, he got this year and a part of next year. And if he doesn't, them other quarterbacks got 3 years. You got 3 years, Caleb. You got 3 goddamn years. And guess what? You got the best coach out of all them other quarterbacks we had. All of them. Better than what Justin Fields had, better than what Trubisky had. Oh, hell yeah. You had the better one. You had a better offensive play caller.
Yeah,
you got a proven coach. Yeah. So now you got a line. You got no excuses, though. You got the receivers.
And offensive coach too.
Yes. Yeah. You got the receivers. Only thing you could probably say, well, I ain't got the running back. Well, don't worry. We're gonna get one in the draft this time next year. We're gonna draft this one. Back? Well, I don't like Swift. I thought that was a bad decision.
I think it's more, will he make it through the season, huh?
No, I just don't like him.
You don't really?
No, I don't.
He's explosive.
No, I just don't like him, Tom. The man with 3 different teams the last 4 years, I don't like him. He went from Detroit to Philly down to us. And we still, I feel like, overpaid his ass.
Yeah.
I just don't like him.
The common denominator. I get you on that.
I just don't like him. So if that's your argument, don't worry. This time next year, you're going to have a different running back. Promise, believe you me. We tried to get you one this year. It just didn't work out in the draft. It happens. Funky ass Vegas took it. Fuck them. But that's a different conversation. You don't make me cuss. I wasn't planning on cussing tonight, but you drive me to cuss. It is what it is. But we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you one.
Shout out to the rookie of the year.
God damn. I hope it's Trey. I hope Trayvon Henderson. I hope Trayvon Henderson beat him out now. That's what I'll do. I hope.
That's 2 for 2. That's 2 in a row.
Yeah, whatever.
Got Bowers. Now, hey, that's how it started.
It's funny you say that. I ended up drafting Bowers yesterday.
Matter of fact, hold on. Hey, Colton Miller, Bowers, Genty.
Who?
And remember I said this. DeAndre Thornton that we got from Tennessee. 6'5", ran a 4.3.
Ain't that the defensive end?
No, receiver. Got him in the 3rd round. 6'5", ran a 4.3, bro.
We'll see. I mean, I feel like my man. Coach and Lovely may have a say so for the offensive rookie of the year. Just saying. We're gonna give him the opportunity. I don't know if he'll get it, but he'll get the opportunity. Hey. You 6'5", 6'6", tight end. You a big ass target. You're gonna get some opportunity. Because I feel like Caleb's gonna be overthrowing some shit, and he's the only one who can reach it. God damn,
I'm not gonna
Caleb
lie,
already.
I still kind of hope that we can end up with Shador, but I'm gonna be honest with you. We was the biggest kind of signal to everybody that something wasn't quite right with Shador, because Tom Brady worked with Shador for years, and Tom Brady's tapped in with us. So if Tom Brady wasn't willing to take him, that says a lot, and a lot of people aren't looking at that. And again, as a fan, sometimes you gotta humble yourself and understand. I don't know more than Tom Brady. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I'm saying that from him being who he is as that, and him having a relationship with Shador that he had. Like, that says a lot. And if he worked with Shador, why would he be wanting to what are they saying they doing? Try to fuck his career up. He got a personal
I just think
appointment with the
maybe
man.
I think he's maybe more trouble than he's worth.
No, and that's what hurts, because I'm a Shador fan, man. But at the same time, I understand what happened to Tim Tebow. I never liked Tebow, but he was out of the league a lot sooner than he should have. It was because of his fans. And that's what's gonna happen with Shador, man. And that's what's kind of irking me with this shit, is because dog, he's a fifth rounder, but he's leading fucking first take. First topic on first take. Bro, think about this, Hank. Think about this. How much have you heard about Cam Ward any of this preseason, bro?
I haven't. Well, I mean, no, I mean, not just without going to do research on it. I mean, I had to do research on it because.
Hey, think about how sick that is. We're talking about the number one quarterback in the draft, and me and you can't even fucking remember the last time he was spoken about on TV.
Well, you got to think about it. Even during the draft, and he was always, everybody knew he was going to automatically be first pick, and he still wasn't talked about.
Yeah.
So it's like, God damn, that's disrespectful.
So think about that, man. So and I was saying this after the draft when everybody was, oh my God. I said, bro, the number one thing you have to be as a backup quarterback is fucking invisible. My fucking coach shouldn't be on the fucking podium looking stressed the fuck out because I'm answering fucking Shador questions. And it's not his fault. That's what pisses me off. It ain't even on him. Because he's not doing nothing for this to happen. It's the fucking fans, bro. And the thing that really irritates me, it ain't necessarily just the fans. It's the fair weather fucking fans. The same thing with Tim Tebow. These Christian motherfuckers that ain't never watched a fucking football game in their life had say-so on football. That's the part that's fucking frustrating with the shit. Because when I speak the way I speak, I sound like I'm trying to hate on the dude, but I'm being realistic about what I'm seeing. Quarterback. They don't exist in the NFL.
It's funny you say Tim Tebow. I think what hurt Tim Tebow, man, he got into the wrong offense his first couple years. Jaden Daniels was not the coach that he needed for what his style of play. He's not no drop back pass. He was never going to be that. You was going to have to pretty much cater his college offensive play calling to that in the NFL, and probably could have got away with it in some aspects of it. Now, eventually, when you get to that third long, you got to figure something out.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying. But see, I'm not even speaking as him as a starter. I'm saying his career being cut short as a backup. Because Tim Tebow could have fucking been a backup for years. I mean, he was going to get in no trouble, yada, yada, yada. But if Tim Tebow was your backup, the moment your starter hiccups, Tebow. And I'm not, why the fuck am I answering questions about my backup quarterback? And nobody wants to fucking think. Even the Sugar Pit fans, I said, did you really expect him to be drafted and start day one? Realistically. And most of them say no, that's sane. And I'm going to be honest with you. If anybody said yes to that question, then you're the type of fan that I'm talking about that shouldn't have say-so in our fucking game. Because you don't know it. Nobody with eyes thought Shador was a day one starter. So we're making all of this fucking noise about a backup. That's a fucking problem in the locker room. You cannot be a fucking a celebrity backup. Celebrity backup quarterback. You can't be a backup quarterback and my coach is answering questions about you.
Well, it would hurt that last name. That last name hurts him. If his last name was Thompson, this would have been an issue.
Well, because let me take that away too, because I agree with you but we got to stop. Again, he carried himself as a starting quarterback. Whether we like it or not, if you're a backup quarterback, you have to walk that line. But he carried himself as if he was on the level of Cam Ward. And that's the part that people are missing. A backup quarterback cannot act like a starting quarterback. It's a lot of shit as a starting quarterback that they're going to let you get away with. If I'm Cam Newton, it's a lot of shit they're going to let me get away with because I'm Cam Newton. Shador isn't Shador yet. And until you become a Shador, then you can't be, again, you can't be a celebrity. Not in that position.
But the thing about it, he wasn't projected. He was projected to be a first round quarterback. They so happened to drop to the 5th round. So that's why he walks like that and moves and operates like that.
Yeah.
So and what it take that minor hiccup of him going to the 5th round is not going to humble him to that point where he's not going to still think, hey, I'm a starting quarterback. They just made a mistake. That's the mindset he's taking. They made a mistake by taking me in the 5th. I know I'm a starter. You can't tell him no different. That's how he sees himself. That's how he walks off. That's his confidence. His confidence is that high and that big, and his ego's that big. He won't let you tell him he's not a starter quarterback. These other teams made mistakes. Well, and so now, what do you think? I'm going to go to Cleveland and prove everybody wrong.
No, but see, when people, Brock Purdy is the worst enemy to any of those arguments. Because Brock Purdy couldn't have done what he did, what he ended up doing, had he not had that same type of confidence. But Brock Purdy,
there's a lot of you got a lot of quarterbacks. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, a perfect example. He's a 3rd round quarterback. Wasn't supposed to be the starter, but guess what? He ended up beating out Matt Flynn for the starting job at Seattle.
So that's my point. So my point is, you can still have that confidence, but again, it's the way you're carrying yourself. And when I say carrying yourself, it's like you shouldn't be in the media until you're in that position. You should and this ain't even a race thing because again, it was the same thing that happened to Tebow, and it wasn't necessarily his fault. But you can't be making noise as a backup quarterback. I need you to be quiet, zip lip. And when saying that, that's not only you, but the people that love you as well.
But do you really think he made a lot of noise though? I mean, what did he? Other than that little situation with speeding and all that, with that, got in a little bit of trouble. He really ain't really said shit though. No.
Okay. That's why I'm saying I blame it mostly on his fans and not him. Because I feel for the most part, he's carried it. Now, most of the stuff I'm talking about is him coming up to the draft. Is more what I'm talking about as far as his behavior. But this after, it correlates to why he dropped in the draft. Because teams knew what was going to come with him. And again, we're drafting him to be a backup. Because even as a 1st round pick, had he came to Vegas, he was going to back up Geno. And we can see through the preseason, he wasn't beating out Geno. Because again, if you watch the tape of the game he's played, he's holding the ball too long. Something we've complained about since Jackson State. He's zigzagging, running. He's running east to west, trying to outrun DNs. He's not throwing the ball away. He ran out of bounds without throwing the ball away. Basically gave himself a sack. Hank, that shit you get yelled at in high school about, Hank.
Yeah, I mean that's just foolishness.
You get what I'm saying?
That's just. But he's just still doing young shit.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
And
shit
again, I
he
hate
probably should have got
saying
really
it
ripped.
makes me seem like I'm not
Colorado
a fan
for
of his. I'm absolutely a fan of his. I'm just a realist. I'm just a realist. And again, like I said, if you look at the tape of Dylan Gabriel versus Shador, Dylan Gabriel's playing better than him. And you can watch the tape and see it. He's getting the ball out quicker. With the defensive ends in it, like, here's my thing, Hank. Yeah, he had a bad offensive line. But guess what, Hank? When you playing your Max Crosby's, when you playing your Boasters, when you playing your Khalil Max, the same shit that just happened with that offensive line gonna happen to your starting offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like if you get these starters in here, yeah. So if you bring your starter, that means they got to bring their starters. So when you got your, you know, when you got them DNs that's getting paid quarterback money these days, and the reason they on the field, like, so that starting offensive line gonna feel like a second and third string offensive line when you playing the real boys out there.
Yeah.
And like they was talking about in the taping, opening the NFL, it's just small. Opening NFL is the difference between you throwing at 0.5 seconds and you throwing at 1.5 seconds. That's the difference of being open in NFL. And if you look at the tape, he's missing that shit a lot of times. It just is what it is. And I'm rooting for him to improve on that. But some of the shit that we're talking about, I've been rooting for him to improve since Jackson State.
And the crazy thing about it, Tommy, it's I don't know, the way they talk, like he may not even make the roster.
So again,
he may not even make the roster.
But again, what did I just tell you? He's making mistakes that if your high school quarterback made, you'd be fucking yelling at him. And we talking about the league, Hank. We talking about the league. Think about this, Hank. Think about this. That offensive line that just played in front of him got cut, right? How you think they feeling when they rewatch the tape and go, this motherfucker ran 10 yards back? You ain't supposed to never drop no further than 7. Because you completely changed the angle.
They probably think we all should have got cut then, him included.
You feel me?
He said, "Why wasn't his name on the goddamn cut list?"
so think about this, Hank. So, okay, we gonna start Shador. What the fuck gonna happen when you got this motherfucking tackle that's getting paid $150 million and your dumb ass running 12 yards back and putting sacks on my name? You about to have a any given Sunday moment go on. You about to have a Willie Beeman moment.
They gonna let him come on through, huh?
I'm like, you gotta learn some way.
Yeah.
Brother, in high school they tell you 7 yards. I watch play after play. He's 10. And then after the 10, he starts seeing ghosts and he runs further. See, he had a 24-yard sack, Hank. 24, Hank. You're changing field position with that.
Yeah.
It's no excuse for it, man. And I'm a fan of him.
Coach should have ripped his ass
for it, bro. And if
should have ripped his ass out of that game.
If you know football, anything that I'm saying right now, is a no-go at this level. A lot of it is the no-go at the high school level. But in high school, you can get away with some of that shit because generally you're the best athlete on the field. You got DNs out here that's running 4.4s.
Look, man, I'm telling you, if he makes the team, he's gonna be on the practice squad. That's where he should be.
But even if he go to practice squad, he can get picked up from practice squad. So if he go to practice squad, I don't even know if he stays with the Browns. And to be honest, okay.
If they see that tape, they're gonna leave with the Browns because he ain't gonna better do nothing for my team.
So let me also explain this part of it too, because this is the annoying part too. The best position any team could be in would be to have a star 5th round starting quarterback. Why, Hank? Because he ain't getting paid shit, and I can pay everybody the fuck else and get this team squatted up.
For at least 3 years.
Why the fuck would the Browns want them to lose or want him to lose when he literally shown you that he could generate money with jersey sales? And I'm not paying you anything. So if you do become what your fans saying you are, we damn near can create a Super Bowl team here. Because I'm paying you 5th round pick money, Inc.
For at least 3 years.
Nigga, I could get 3 number 1 receivers in this motherfucker. I could get the best of the offensive line. Shador, you would have a recliner back there when you said height. Like, that's what I'm talking about when I say people that know football, Hank. That would be the dumbest thing in the fucking world for you to do, is to make this dude fail and he actually could be a star.
He's going to be if he makes the team, let me say it now. If he makes the team, he's going to be a practice player. He's going to be on the practice squad. Because there's no way you can have him as a 1, 2, 3 option to go to. He's not. It's going to be Flacco, Pickens, and probably Dylan Gabriel is going to be a 3rd string quarterback. And then Shador, if he's still on the team, he will be on the practice squad. Now, I'm sure you're going to feel like that's totally disrespectful, but no. That's what your talent says you playing like now. A practice team quarterback. You're not no 1st, 2nd, or 3rd string quarterback. No, not NFL. You're a practice squad player, and you better be glad you even get that.
Let me prove my point, Hank. This is why I say Brock Purdy is like Shador fans' worst nightmare. Why was the Niners able to be so successful the last 3 or 4 years? Because their starting quarterback was Mr. Irrelevant. We wasn't paying him shit. Mm-hmm. Everybody got paid. Why is everybody looking at the Niners?
Hold on, Tommy. Did you say we?
Hell no.
Yeah, you did. You said we.
Hey, I almost hit the X, Hank. I
didn't say it. You said this.
Nah. Hey.
I don't know. Maybe Tommy called. He said, I'm sick of losing. They moved to Vegas. They out of California. I got to find me a California team, and only one I got between the Rams and the 49ers. I'm going to go with them.
Hey, don't do me like that.
That's what you said. Go ahead, brother. My bad. I didn't mean to throw you off like that.
But no, I'm saying, so Brock Purdy is their worst nightmare because San Francisco gave you the blueprint of success. If you can find you a late round quarterback that you're paying pennies to, and he pans out, this is what you could end up having.
Yeah.
So if Shador actually was successful, it would benefit everybody. Because now we gonna retool this whole old line because we got money. We about to what receiver out there? Oh, we snatching him because we got money. If we need another running back, if your quarterback isn't getting paid, your team is flushed with money. Because what happens? Brock Purdy comes and I need 55 a year now. So that's just I just wish that the fans would just kind of chill, because one thing that, again, if you're an avid fan of sports, is you can't hide talent, bro. You can't. So there's no way Shador's out there and playing like a starter and nobody sees it. There's no way he's playing like a starter and I'm watching tape, watching him make high school quarterback mistakes. It's not possible. And I think that's just a pill people need to swallow. We've seen the over fandom at Jackson State. We've seen the over fandom at Colorado. And now it's coming to the NFL, and now it's to his detriment. Because, again, the worst thing you could have as a backup quarterback is a hive. Tim Tebow had a hive, career cut short. Cam Newton had somewhat of a hive, career cut short. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, they kind of, that's why I keep saying, I don't really, the only blame I put on him is the draft process. And I think what happened was he went in there So you got to think about this, Hank, because think about what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If I am an NFL team and I want a backup quarterback, I need him to be quiet. I don't need to be going to the podium and speaking, right? Now, me and you just had that conversation. You said he sees himself as that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I was trying to get people to understand. So now, how do you think he carries himself when he goes through the draft? As
That's
the
a starter.
quarterback that I'm going to have to start asking questions about. And my
Mm-hmm.
team is viewing him as a backup. We're not viewing him as a starter. So what a lot of people don't understand about that slide was, and see, this what irritates me too, Hank, because like I'm like NFL nerd. I watch Brock Purdy get drafted because I watch every round of the draft. I don't just watch the first 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that messed me up about that draft was I didn't notice how little teams really needed a starting quarterback. Like just we're spending the first round on a quarterback type shit. That was the first thing that stuck out to me.
What are you talking about this season?
Yeah.
I think it was a lot more, but they didn't think they was worthy enough taking a first round
No,
pick
that's
on
what I'm
them.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Had quarterback needs so bad that we're going to spend a first on it type deal. Like I don't think anybody. I think everybody had a quarterback that was like, we'll be all right, except for the teams that took quarterbacks. Your Tennessees. Who else took one? New York. New Orleans. The New Orleans ones I will give. That's a weird one to me. It's weird because that dude down there, I don't from our, I ain't gonna act like I watched every game that dude to play, but it ain't been seeming like it's been going too good for him.
Look, Tommy, I counted 7 teams that I thought need quarterback in that draft that just didn't do it. They just didn't do it. There was I counted 7 teams.
Name them all. Name them all.
So the Jets was one. I think the Colts need one. Of course, Tennessee was one.
Stop. Who is quarterback for the Jets?
Justin Fields.
Yeah, I can see that one. The coach, I disagree with you because you can't you got Anthony Richardson. You can't do that. You at least got.
He's not even a starter.
Huh?
He's not the starter.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but you don't bring in a first round pick when you still got one that can pan out.
No, he's not, dude. They might cut him.
No, I think
they talking about cutting that man.
That would be insane if they did.
No, I wouldn't. We watched the Dolphins do it. We watched Arizona do it. Arizona did with Rosen. Rosen was the first round pick. And next year they took Kyler Murray. Sound like you got an echo, Tommy.
I'm gonna come back in because I just got a phone call.
Okay. So I know I said there were like several teams that I thought took a quarterback.
Okay. So you said the Jets, the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
I think I got the Jets, the Colts. Of course, it was New Orleans. Of course, it was Tennessee. Who else did I have?
Oh, the Giants.
The Giants. Look, I even said Miami. I think Tua needs to retire because I'm telling you that. I think he needs to retire because he's taking a penitentiary chances, putting his health at risk. I think he needs to retire. because of all these concussions. But that's just me thinking like that.
Well, no, I
Didn't know
agree with
y'all was
you
going
as
to.
far as Tua, but I don't think the
Matter
team.
of fact, I even had y'all. I had the Raiders because that was before Geno came in the picture, though.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I thought
I was with you on that.
I thought about them. It was well at the time, Pittsburgh was in the same boat too. They was needing the quarterback
So,
because they
and
got rid of they.
I told people Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh. Like I pretty much what I had heard, it was pretty much already agreed upon. They was just waiting to announce it. So I knew why Pittsburgh.
But even though he went there, he won't be there for the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so hold on.
I think he's done after 9 months.
That was another part that hurt Shador too. Next year's class of quarterbacks is looked at way fucking better than this year. So again, again, this is what frustrates me when you talk to like not real football fans compared to talk to real football fans. So now, how many of those teams go, do we take a Shador now, or do we say, fuck it, let's get something else, and then we'll just get one of them quarterbacks from next year if we shitty? So again, as a football fan, you understand that because it kind of makes sense. You know how shit works. But if you're not a football fan, you don't even understand how that could affect the way. So now, okay, I think Jackson Dart was high on some people's boards, from what I heard, and Cam Ward was high on some people's boards, and I've heard mixed with Shador. I don't think I really heard too much about where they placed the dude that New Orleans had. But so once I get past Jackson Dart and Cam Ward, it's a couple of things that's being decided. One, would I rather draft him here now, or wait till next year with a substantially better quarterback class and just get one of those? So you got that. Two, is he worthy of coming in and starting right off the bat? We're literally seeing in preseason that he's not. So even with people complaining about him playing with the second and third string, if you're drafted to start right away on the team, that usually means your team is shittiest for the most part. So guess what? That same offensive line play that you complained about there, that's gonna be the same offensive line play he gonna get if he went to one of these teams that you mad that he didn't go to. Because generally, if you're gonna go there and start right away, it's a shitty team. So like again, with football logic, it pretty much kills a lot of the arguments that a lot of these people are making for this whole collusion and stuff. Because if you know football, was it surprising? Yes. But when you look at all the elements of the situation, and after seeing him in preseason, damn, maybe these teams kind of did not have him ranked the way that for whatever. Okay, here's another thing too, Hank, that I think people might have missed. Dion has a lot of friends in sports media. And I think what happened was a lot of them was pushing Shador. The problem with that is the teams don't look at ESPN like the fans do. The teams can give a fuck about what they talking about on ESPN. The teams they showed you they can give a fuck about what Mel Kiper talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what they get our info from. They go out there and get it out the mud because they got to pay these motherfuckers millions of dollars when they come in. So that's when I go back to even as fans, like real fans, sometimes you got to humble yourself and go, these people get paid millions of dollars for a reason. And it's probably because they know what the fuck they talking about. I mean,
Look, it's definitely going to be interesting in that situation, man. But there's no way he could be your top 3, your 53-man roster. I don't see him holding four quarterbacks on a 53-man roster.
Nobody does, but So this is how it was explained. I just watched. Dang, I can't remember their channel, but they're chopping it with an old lineman, and he said the reason why it might be possible. Listen, so we literally just ran through all of that, and this is what you come with. He was blackballed. Coach Ferg, have
Ferg, you got to come up here and answer to this. You got to hit the link, Ferg, and you got to speak on this bullshit.
Hold on. Coach Ferg, coach football or basketball?
Oh, I think he did football. Well, I know he played a little bit. But Ferg, you got to hit that link and come on up, man. You got to explain yourself.
Ferg better not be a football coach and watch that tape and gonna tell me he was first round pick.
Said he was blackballed.
Like, stop it, dog. Cause hey, look, I got my tablet right here. We can go play by play. I got the page pulled up, and you can explain to me him missing a wide open receiver coming across the middle, or him being on his second read and he ain't even went to his first one yet, or him running out of bounds taking a sack instead of throwing the ball away, or him zigzagging running backwards as if he was going to outrun a deep. Come on, man. But again, when I say this, I sound like the Shador hater, and I'm just being realistic about what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I mean, look, I just can't see them keeping them on that 53-man roster. Look, but we are talking about Cleveland now. I mean, I can't put it past them because we're talking about Cleveland.
Before we was rudely interrupted. No, so the way he was explaining it was because I guess it's a lot of extra dudes that you would need on special teams that you essentially don't need anymore. So that's why that's why it might be possible for them to hold 4. Because back in the day they would never do that because they needed a bodies for special teams. But now that anybody rarely gets hurt on special teams anymore, it's a little more flexible about the depth.
Mm-hmm. So
when he said that, it made sense. So, like I'm with you. Like 4 quarterbacks on the rosters sound kind of crazy. And technically 5 because Deshaun Watson's still under contract.
That's because they can't afford to cut him and they don't just put somebody off. But this man, he said, I hit the link. I got to come up here and have this conversation. Why did my man get blackballed? That's what Ferg said. Now Ferg going to explain himself why he feels this way. This is crazy, but let's hear it.
Coach Ferg, you coach football or basketball?
No, he busy trying to
coach both.
Wait, say that again?
I play both and coach both.
Okay, so have you watched the Shador tape from the preseason?
Yes, I watched the games that he played in.
And you're telling me that was first round talent play?
What I'm telling you is the same result for any third string quarterback with the third string team. That's what you're going to get. You saw the difference between the first string team.
Okay, hey.
And you saw the difference between the third string team.
So, hey, Snoop Huntley is a journeyman quarterback. He literally got in there and had different results with the exact same people that Shador played. Okay, another thing. You saying you get that with anybody that plays that position, but we're literally, if you watch the tape, literally watching him drift. Now, you played football. You can explain to us what drifting does. What does drifting do in the pocket?
I play quarterback too. What he has to learn how to do is he has to get rid of the ball. He does. He still has this college game. He got to get rid of the ball. In the NFL, you can't hold on to the ball.
So, Coach Bird, what's the average time they get rid of the ball in the NFL?
Within 2 seconds.
He's at 5. That last game, he's at 5.3.
He's holding on to the ball even though he's getting grabbed. He needs to throw it out of bounds.
So let me ask you a question, Coach Bird.
That's just part of his.
Have we not been talking about that since Jackson State?
But in college, it's different. The timing is different.
I understand that.
He's either going to have to fix it or he's not. If he does, they clearly see he has the talent. They clearly see he has the ability to put the ball on the money, regardless. If he has, and I'll say this with Hink's old team, we've seen it with Caleb Williams. They already talking about he may have a setback. It happens.
We were talking about that earlier.
But it happens with quarterback. It's just that the timing, he has to understand the timing, and that comes with more reps. The timing. He can't hold on to the ball. He fared no different than any other first-round quarterback besides Cam Ward. Cam Ward, he's been working with the first team. His timing is sharp. It's going to improve. Shador.
Dylan Gabriel averaged 2 seconds getting the ball out.
Hold on now, fellas. We got some breaking news. We got some goddamn breaking news. Kenny Pickett was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders for 2026 fifth round pick.
Yeah.
Come on now. Come on, Vegas Raiders. What we doing? Jeez, Lord Jesus. Let me hit that.
They said they wanted an experienced backup.
I thought they was going to trade him before that.
No.
I don't know about
the Raiders.
I don't know about experience.
No, I'm talking about Kenny Pickett. He should have been traded before that.
Well, he was hurt. He probably wouldn't have been a pass or physical, so.
Yeah, well, so.
They get them down to 3, Hank.
Well, they down to 4.
No, they down to 4.
Well, yeah, 4 with Deshaun, but Deshaun out for the season. Ain't he?
He could come back toward the end of the season.
Nobody knows, man. We don't know what's going on with that dude.
Yeah.
One minute he's wearing a damn boot, next minute he take the boot off. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But
I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. Hold on, Coach Ferg. I can't let you get away with that too, because Jackson Dart has been looking excellent.
Jackson Dart again. He gets to work with the first team. That position is wide open with the Giants. There's no solidified start.
Oh, wait. So all of his mistakes is based off him working with the second and third string. Here's my problem though. A first round quarterback playing against second, because that's the part that y'all miss. Playing against second and third stringers is going to stick out.
No, it won't.
Why are you shaking your head? Yes, and you're not going to tell me if you put Cam Newton.
Tommy, you a third round block lineman. Hink's a first round. You ain't blocking no damn body. Everybody's getting through.
God damn, why are y'all lying?
Oh my God!
They was not playing the starters.
Listen, so exactly. He wasn't playing the starters.
He wasn't playing against the starters, Coach.
When he played but listen, a lineman is different than a defensive man. When he played with the first team lineman, you saw the results. He can maneuver. When you're playing with the second, third string lineman,
no.
Different.
You know what?
Defense can fire off at you out anytime.
We'll just delete that game. Let's go to the one that he did good in. He still missed reads. He still missed wide open receivers. He still held the ball too long. He still got a long ass sack. What are we? It was the exact same things. What are you talking about?
Why is he missing reads, Tommy? He's holding on to the ball too long. That's why I keep saying he got to get rid of the ball.
Stop. Coach,
but that's all timing. That's all.
There was a play he started on his second read instead of going to his first read. The tape has been broken down. So we can think with our heart or we can think with our head. Because the tape has been broken down. Y'all can love them all y'all want to. I wanted the Raiders to draft him. But like I told him, at a certain point, fans got to understand that maybe some people are smarter at this than we are. Maybe that's why they getting paid millions of dollars to make them decisions, and we're just watching.
And that's the same with any quarterback. That's why you see even with New Orleans, they got first round picks, but they scrubs too. NFL, it's gonna be a part of that growing pains. It's timing. Some players pick it up earlier than others. If they don't get the timing of the game right, you're always gonna see problems. It's only a few elite quarterbacks that have great timing. Daniel Jones has terrible timing, but he got a shot. He got a shot to be a starter. He's going to do the same thing he's done for the last 5 or 6 years, and nobody's going to say anything. We're talking about a man coming out of college. He's proved that he can play on a high level. He played at 2 different levels, so he can play the game. He has some of the best arm. I thought him and Cam Ward, he has one of the best arms. But when you start playing with, it makes a big difference between first and second string in the NFL. It makes a huge difference. His timing is perfect. It doesn't matter. When you play on defense, I don't know if you ever played defense or tackle or whatever, you get to this, you can just bull rush. And when you have that, I guess when you have that ability, it doesn't matter. The offensive line, he's third string. He gonna miss 2 or 3 blocks. His footwork ain't together. That comes with timing and consistent play. He's gonna get better.
We play in the NFL, right? We play in the NFL where defensive ends get paid as much as quarterbacks. Why is that? Because the same way that motherfucker's missing blocks, guess what's going to happen with your starters? And then, like I said earlier, because I can kill all of these points that y'all making. Like I said earlier, even if you're a first rounder coming in to start, guess what? You're on a shitty team, which means your offensive line starters are going to look like the second and third stringers when they go against another D-line with starters.
That's not true.
Oh, my. Okay. All right.
Because a true starter, you can see it with the Texans. Their team wasn't that good, but when you bring in a quarterback who has the potential, you put him with the first string, he gives the team motivation. They making plays they didn't make before because, again, a quarterback that understands the timing of the game, those are the ones that are successful and the ones that can read the defense.
Absolutely.
He has that ability. He just holds on to the ball too quick. That's why they kept him. They see it.
Let me give y'all an example of a guy who, man, again, I'm starting to question Caleb. Tyler Bagent. He's our backup quarterback. That dude came in against the Chiefs and was behind 2 touchdowns. Caleb's first half stat was terrible. Terrible. I mean, he ended up with 1 touchdown in the first half, like about 50-something yards passing. You know what I'm saying? 1 run for like 8 yards. That was it. But he couldn't run offense. He got sacked twice during his time while he was in there. Now, first-team defense going against first-team offense. That's fair, right? It's a wash. That's what ended up happening. Tyson Bagent came in, backup quarterback, had some of the starters on when he came in. But about the third and fourth quarter, he was on second string and third string lineman. And he had a 2. Now, of course, he's going against second string and third string, but he looked good while he was doing it. He ran an offense like the offense should have been ran. And he scored at least 2 touchdowns. Now, I know y'all may not want to see this highlight, but y'all gonna have to watch this. Y'all got to watch this. Let's go.
Got 89 seconds to close out the preseason with a chance to potentially win it for Tyson. Tyson Bagent looking for Walker, and Jade Walker grabbed it. Is he in bounds or no before he stepped out? Bagent, deep drop, wants something downfield, and he's got it for a first down to Walker again to the 45. Blitz coming. Out route, caught, Wilson gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 63 seconds left. 45 seconds left. Bagent, middle of the field for Wilson, gets down with a first down to the 34, either spike it or run another play. Everybody set, there's the spike, 30 seconds left. So far, so good. 4-man rush. Bagent, Walker, looking to make the grab, and it spills out. That one back. Third down. Bagent, crosser, Scott, out of bounds. First down for Chicago. Going for the win. Big blitz from Kansas City. Bagent's got time, and one-on-one. It is caught by Miles Boykin, but the flag is thrown. Trying to win a preseason game in the final plays. Bagent, out route, sideline, caught by Scott, steps out with 7 ticks. At least 2 shots, you would think. Bagent, end zone, it is Walker, it is called, it is the Bears in front in the final seconds. Johnny Walker.
Man, he ran that offense to the T. Ran that goddamn 2-minute drill to the T. Now, Caleb, you need to take some goddamn notes. Get that goddamn ball out fast. I'm sick of this shit.
I'll never get that 3 minutes and 67 seconds back in my life.
You don't need to.
Man,
you
showing
need
a
to think
preseason
about
drive.
But the only thing about the 2-minute drill is that it puts a quarterback in a position not to think, just to react. You know, that's why you see they seem to have success between the 20s. They can throw the ball around, hit different receivers, and when you going in that 2-minute drill, it's reaction. It's not thinking. So you have to be able to hit those targets quicker.
I agree, but I watched Caleb run a 2-minute drill, and like I said in the first half, he had to run a 2-minute drill, and he didn't look good doing it. That's what I'm saying. And it'd be right before halftime. He did not look good running a 2-minute drill. Look, he held the ball too long. Yes,
there you go.
The coach talks about it, how bad the offense looked in the first half. He held for that thing for 5 seconds, and he got sacked. Yes. He don't do, and that was part of his problem last year. He didn't want to take chances, get interceptions. That's why he only had 6 interceptions, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Reason I had low interceptions because he wouldn't take a chance. But guess what? His sack numbers are? He got sacked 63 times.
Yes,
you can't do that. You can't do that shit, man. You got to get rid of the ball, and that's one of the things you're going to have to learn this season is how to get rid of the ball. Throw it away, man. Throw it away. Tommy said he still got faith in him. My faith is starting to waver. I'm just saying, my faith's starting to waver. Look at Ferg. I'm gonna give him this season. I'm gonna give him a whole season and a half. By that third season, he better have his shit right. Else we're gonna ship him out. We're gonna ship him down to Vegas.
But look though, he came in hot last year. Now you see, I don't think he really went through the playbook in the all season. But he could have a sophomore slump. And Shador has played, 2 preseason games, and he's already being like he shouldn't be on the roster. He can clearly play. Timing is everything in the NFL. Maybe not high school, college. Timing is everything. So we'll see.
Well, look, with that kidney picking trade to the Raiders, Shador might have a chance to make the team. He may have a chance.
Yeah, he's on the team. He's on the roster. He just, one more injury, he might be up.
He might be the backup.
Yeah, he might be close. You never know. And I think, to me, and listen, I'm just a fan of football. I think it'll be good for Cleveland. His reputation sort of precedes him, but I think as far as the community to galvanize around Cleveland, I think he's good for that particular area, just looking at what they need, because the movement and, what he brings to the city of Cleveland is something that Cleveland needs. Hopefully he just be able to play on the field. Flacco too old. Hell.
Look, we see they put him off the out of the old folks home. Yeah. We see what they did. Keep bringing him back. It's like his second stint with Cleveland, with the old Baltimore.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Look, with that trade, he's got a chance on making a roster for sure. He might not be a practice squad. He might end up being a third-string quarterback. He's going to get the opportunity to sit back and learn. You know what I'm saying? And learn from a veteran like Joe Flacco. I think that'd be good for him. I think he really needs to sit all year. Like a red shirt. Use this as a red shirt year for Shador. Don't play him. In fact, I would if one of the quarterback, I'll go out and give me another one and let them other guys play and just watch. Shador, you just sit back and relax a little bit.
They got the other rookie though. The other rookie, he can you know what I'm saying? So they in a win-win situation. With the Cleveland is they got 2 player quarterbacks relatively cheap, and both can be in a position to just take over the position. Joe Flacco got maybe 1 year left, 2 years at most, so they can be in a position because Watson gonna be out of there real soon. He might not ever get on the field again. They might just
Who are they gonna pawn Deshaun off to? He has no trade clause unless he approves it. He's got guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Who's gonna take it?
But hey, he might be able to join your podcast next year or the year after.
Oh well, okay. Come on, Deshaun. Come on.
He might be able to come on here and talk about it.
Hey, come on, Deshaun. We're gonna speak about the downfall of your career. What did happen? Where are they? Look, Ferg. Where are they now in NFL football?
It's a unique situation. We probably never seen it before. May not ever see it again because more quarterbacks are still coming out, and very few are leaving. So maybe he goes to the right team. Pittsburgh will still be an option for him next year. It's gonna be somebody looking at him. He just has to get rid of the damn ball. So
yeah, I'm definitely I'm surprised by that deal the Raiders did with Cleveland. Kenny Pickett. Damn. Tommy, I don't know. How do you feel about that, Tommy? I'm curious. How do you feel about this deal that the Raiders did in order to get Kenny Pickett on the roster? And Tommy's lost for words. That's okay, Tom. That's okay. It's going to be all right, bro. It's going to be all right. Just go have your cold beer and, sit on the porch and just take it in.
They just need to back up the Geno. We ain't bring him in. But no. So, okay. Coach Bird, did you think he was a day one starter?
Who, Shador?
Yeah.
For Cleveland, yeah. For Cleveland.
Damn.
For Cleveland, maybe who else is that? Team New Orleans, teams like that. Yeah, I think he was a day one starter.
So we double back. The number one thing that we've been complaining about with the quarterbacks to come out is going to a shitty team and starting right away. Them fucked a whole bunch of quarterbacks' careers off.
Not really. Most quarterbacks.
You've been watching.
The same one you act like you don't know how to play, but the game is still the same. Most quarterbacks over the last 20 years come to teams that really ain't no good when they get there. Tom Brady went to New England, they wasn't no good. And that's the part of it. The quarterback is the man.
Round pick. What are you talking about?
But when he got there, New England was scrubs too. What a quarterback did. The team was. You said they go to a shitty team. The quarterback is the one that changed the culture of the team. He has to put in the work. Shador has to put in the work. Wait. He has to go through.
What are you talking about? The Patriots was not trash that year he ended up starting. And he ended up starting because Drew Bledsoe got hurt. That team wasn't trash. What are you talking about? It's a playoff team.
Tom Brady's a 15th round pick. We're talking about players who go in the first round, first selection. Usually they go to the shitty teams. Yes.
Yeah.
And those quarterbacks, if they have the game, they elevate the team. You see it. We see it with Jaden Daniels. No, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Jaden Daniels is an elite talent. Elite talent.
They working with the
tell me you
trying to always you can't always think that college play. You can't always. I never look at a player's college career and be like, oh man, he gonna be a great NFL player. No, it doesn't work like that because the timing is different. Patrick Mahomes, second round. Look at him now.
We didn't know that Cam Newton was gonna be that boy.
No, who's that?
We didn't know Cam Newton was gonna be that boy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We didn't know Michael Vick was going to be that boy?
Okay, that's two. Yeah. 20 year span. That's 2 in the 20.
Hold on.
Wait.
Patrick Mahomes was a first-round pick.
We didn't know Peyton Manning was going to be that boy?
Second round.
We didn't know Peyton Manning was going to be that boy?
No. Not Patrick Mahomes, wasn't.
30 years ago, he was one of the very few quarterbacks coming out. They give the Mannings the quarterback elite just based off their father's name. Just based off Archie Manning.
I didn't know he wasn't whipping ass at Tennessee too. My bad.
But again,
they just went off his last name.
It's a few quarterbacks that can do that.
First, let me acknowledge this super chat from my man Big Ant 11. Shout out to the biggest hater this side of Mississippi with this hateful ass super chat. $10 from Big Ant 11. He said, I could have gotten drafted by the Eagles if it hadn't been for Hink and them toys. Go to hell, Big Ant 11. But I appreciate this $10 super chat, my brother. Shout out to you for the $10 you didn't have to, you chose to, and I appreciate the blessings. And not only that, thank you for your service. Y'all go ahead.
No, so my problem is Shador isn't in that category, right? So generally, if you are in that category, a lot of times you go back up. So like we were talking about earlier, that's where y'all come in. The Shador fans, this nigga could piss on my head and tell me it's raining. I'll be like, okay. Like, that's when that kick in. The same thing that Tim Tebow had. That if they did anything with Tebow, it was because he was a Christian and yada, yada, yada. That's where that messes you up at. Because
Tommy, you make a lot of assumptions. You make a lot of assumptions. I'm a fan of the game itself. Shador has the talent. He just had to get his timing together. Tebow wasn't as good as Shador.
Shador has the talent to sit behind somebody, learn, get rid of those bad habits, and then start.
Okay.
Which is nothing wrong with that, which is how it used to be. You used to be a Sting Young and sit behind a Joe Montana and then take your turn.
Man,
That's how it used to be before they started rushing the quarterbacks out because they pay them so much money coming out the gate. That's why when we were talking earlier, we was laughing at people saying that the Browns are trying to mess his career off when the Browns would be in the best position ever, as the 49ers have shown, if he becomes a star, because they're not paying him shit, which means they can pay everybody on the team. And as the 49ers showed you, when you starting quarterback is a Mr. Irrelevant, everybody gets paid. So literally, it will be counterproductive for the Browns to want him to fail. It makes zero sense.
He could have went to New Orleans. New Orleans is a scrub team. He could have went down there and had the opportunity to start. He could have went to the Giants. The Giants already looking at Jackson Dart.
This is my problem, Coach. If he starts with the habits that he have right now, he's going to die. And if you know football, then that's not even a discussion.
How many wins they projecting Cleveland to have this year? 5?
Brother, he's fucking zigzagging when he runs back away from the DN like he's playing fucking bad. 5 games.
Again, all that can be coached out of him.
He's running backwards like this in the NFL.
With a second string, third string line, they can be coached out of him with timing.
What the fuck is going to happen when Max Crosby come?
He gonna get rid of the damn ball. The way he's coached to get rid of the ball.
The way that he don't right now.
But Ferg, think about it. That should have happened at Colorado though. He had the same type of offensive lineman at Colorado, and he still did the same thing.
And that's why, again, in order for him to have a career, they know that he's gonna have to understand that the NFL's game is at least 2 seconds, almost 2 seconds faster than the college game. He ain't got time to be dancing and pussyfooting around back there. Timing is most important thing, and he gonna be getting rid of that ball a lot sooner, or he gonna be over here on his podcast once his contract is up. It's just part of the quarterback evolution. You have to get the timing together. Some start out slow, some start out fast. Brent Favre, he could throw the ball, but he was just slinging the ball around. He wasn't really hitting nobody. But once he got his timing together, the game become easy. It happens with the best of them. Nobody starts out, just on fire. It's very few. Jaden Daniels, he could come out this year and the Skins go 5 and damn near 19, and then everybody will be like, oh man, he's weak. He's felt. No, that's just part of the football evolution. You have to continue to get better at your position as a quarterback if you want to have a long time.
I think if we watch when we watch it now, he wouldn't have been a starter nowhere. I don't care where he wouldn't have been a starter nowhere. He shouldn't have been.
Hey, anybody keep on saying
even with the Saints, he still wouldn't have been a starter.
You literally could change a game with a 24-yard sack. You can change an entire game with that. That's unacceptable.
I've seen Lamar Jackson get a 20-yard sack before.
He ain't Lamar Jackson.
It doesn't matter. A quarterback, all quarterbacks are going to be in the same predicament at some point. What are we talking about? We saw one game, one half, a couple of drives, like, oh man, he's not. But when you saw him working with the first team, you saw what can happen. And that's what happens.
When I saw him working with the first team, I saw the exact
he threw
same
2 touchdowns
that happened in the second game. The only difference is it bit him in the ass in the second game, which it mostly going to do with the first team. You keep talking about this weak offensive line, but it's the same thing as when one of them DNs get off, because that's exactly what they're going to do.
And guess what?
Last time
it's going to be the same with the Raiders.
Remind me.
The Raiders going to have the same problem.
Offensive line? I don't know. Remind me.
The Raiders are going to have the same problem.
Huh?
What'd you say, Tommy?
I said, is Cleveland offensive line all world? I must have missed something.
No, they terrible.
Oh, okay. So that means when he play with the starters, he gonna have the same fucking pressure.
So Joe Flacco gonna have the same problem. Geno Smith gonna have the same problem. All of these teams with these weak lines and these veteran quarterbacks will have the same problem.
This nigga is over 5 seconds. He's over.
They can clean that up, man. All that's coaching. They can clean that up. NFL coaches.
And he did that in a win.
He ain't been coached by his daddy. He gonna be coached by a coach to say, if you don't do it like this, you will sit the bench. That's the way it works. They're not gonna let him just hold the ball 8-9 seconds. No, they're gonna let him know if you don't get rid of this ball 2 seconds, you're not gonna be playing. That can be coached out.
So you mean to tell me that this nigga is the only quarterback in history that went through high school, college, and ain't nobody told this nigga to get the ball out faster? This the only nigga that happened to. Like, what are we talking about, bro? First round quarterbacks don't come in and hold the ball 5 seconds. They don't.
And that's why he can be coached out of that.
Dylan Gabriel's on the same team as him, and he don't.
What are you talking about? We got quarterbacks getting rid of the ball in 2 seconds and still scrubs. What are we talking about? It doesn't make no sense.
Taking 24-yard sacks. They're not running out of bounds to sack themselves.
And he's not the only quarterback that's done that. That's a rookie mistake.
Oh, my God.
Geno Smith is going to do the same thing for the Raiders. He's going to throw 20 interceptions, and they're going to go 5-17. And then we're going to be saying,
if we throw a 20 interception, Kenny Pickett going to be playing a lot sooner than Tommy thinks.
I get it. Geno's only one of the most accurate throwers in the NFL the last couple of years. But yeah, I get it. Yeah, he gonna throw
the first half of the season. Yeah, he started out strong, but he fades quick. It's happened every year.
God.
But I'm just saying. But that's what I'm saying. The quarterback position, it's that way. You got starters in the NFL that can't even consistently play at a high level. They go up and down, up and down.
And guess what? If you take them same starters and you put them up against second and third stringers, I bet you they won't look like that. And that's what he looked like against second and third stringers. Not even starters, second and third stringers. That's what he looked like against that. Because y'all keep on talking about what he's playing with.
Did you play offense or defense? Did you play offense or defense?
I play defense and offense, safety and wide receiver.
So how many seconds it take for you to get to the quarterback? Well, you play safety, so how many times you get it? Now again, this is YouTube, and I understand. How many times you get an interception thrown on you?
I ain't get no interceptions.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's timing. It's timing. Now, if your timing was different, you wouldn't have been able to read the play a little bit and get a little interceptions. But that's what I'm saying, Tommy. It's not. Yes, he had a bad game. He looked out of whack. They looked like he wasn't prepared for the game. That's what it looked like to me. But again,
well, coach, think about it. He won't get no opportunity to get no game time because he's more than likely going to be a third string quarterback. And unless a lot of injuries, 2 injuries happen, he won't be seeing the field. So he's going to have to do a lot of practice get all his reps in practice.
And so hold on.
Now,
And
I
now
think that'll be
here's
good
the
for
problem,
him.
right?
Yes.
Here's y'all biggest problem, though, Coach Ferg, because now Brock Purdy's out there. So Brock Purdy showed you that it can happen. So now when they make the excuse of, because they've already did it this preseason, when they said Shedeur was starting, they setting him up. He's only played with the second and third string. Brock Purdy went through almost half the season without seeing the first string snap and came in from third string after what's-his-name got hurt and took the starting position.
So, again, what Brock Purdy was doing before he got to start, he was playing against the first-string defense as a backup. So, yes, your timing.
He was a third stringer, Coach Ferg. No, he was not. He was third stringer. What's the black quarterback they traded to Dallas?
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. He was behind Trey Lance. And what's his name was starting? Who the fuck was starting?
You talking about Gino? I mean, not Gino, but Garrett. You talking about Garoppolo?
But when Trey Lance got hurt, that's when he ended up coming in.
Oh, look, man, with this this deal that just happened today, it's definitely going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting on how this all pans out. I'm very curious.
I hope he get out of Cleveland, because Cleveland is probably the worst place he could have went. I mean, that's just a quarterback graveyard.
Well, if they wouldn't have blackballed him, he could have went to New Orleans, Pittsburgh. It was about 3 teams that could have drafted him, but they chose not to.
Well, Ferg, they still could have. They still could have. They didn't have to draft him in the first 2 or 3 rounds, but once he got to the 4th, he was a bargain.
Yeah.
Anything after the 4th round, I mean, he's a bargain. Even with his 5th round pick, he's a cheap sign.
Yeah, but
what's that?
But what are you when you get drafted that low?
You a backup or a third string.
Okay. Now, what is Kevin Stefanski currently doing right now with him as a backup? Coach Ferg, we literally talked about earlier. I said, when the last time you heard about Cam Ward? Me or him can't even think about the last time we heard this nigga name. He was the number 1 quarterback taken in the draft, the number 1 player. But a third-string quarterback on another team is being spoken about. That's why I said the fans. But
a real football fan, they look at all teams, not just their favorite team. Cam Ward has proven he's a first-round talent. He can see he can read defenses, and he has touch. He can put the ball on the money. That's a talent that's a natural talent. Now, him being able to release the ball, understanding the timing of the game, that comes with practice, working with your fastest receivers, working with your edge rushers who's coming at you 20 miles an hour. Yes, you learn how to get rid of the ball quick. And that's the thing that he has to do. This is not college. You can't hold on to the ball and make the great play. Dump that ball off, throw it out of bounds, and get ready for the next play. That's he'll have to figure that out. If not, it don't matter where he goes. With any quarterback, it's going to be the same. And you're going to see a lot of sloppy quarterback play these first 5 weeks of football. A lot of sloppy play.
Yeah. I mean, look, I wish nothing to do with nothing but the best, man. I want to see him be successful. I hope he does. I hope it pans out for him. I don't know, man. Unfortunately, if he stays at, I don't think it's going to be at Cleveland. I really don't, because one of those dudes gonna have to go. Either Gabriel's gonna have to go or Shadour's gonna have to go. They in the same class. They gonna have to make a decision.
Shit, they both which one? Because if they high enough in the draft next year, they might draft another quarterback.
No, they don't need a quarterback.
Well, they gonna have to decide. But the thing about it, and I was saying it earlier, I don't know if he was up here, Tommy, or not, when you dropped off. They're going to have to make a decision with Deshaun. Deshaun has no trade clause.
Oh, yeah.
And they still got that guaranteed money in their contract that they're going to have to deal with. Ain't nobody going to accept that.
But again,
unless they take that financial loss and just cut it.
What I said before. Cleveland does nothing but benefit if he becomes a star. because you know what that does? That negates that contract completely.
Well, but Tommy, that's either one of them. Gabriel or Shador.
Exactly. No, but that's
either
my
one
point.
of them.
Either one of them. So what I'm saying is, when you have fans having the head coach have to ask questions about whether he's trying to sabotage his career, like, bro, I'm coaching for my life. Like, he might get fired after this year, and you think I'm trying to sabotage a fucking career that can actually help my career? Like when you logically think about some of the shit that's being said, it's the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah,
I'm literally coaching for my life, and I have a kid on my team that has the talent to prolong my coaching career. But you know what? Fuck my coaching career. I'm sabotaging this shit.
Well, Tom, we know some coaches in the NFL been coaching too long and still ain't had no improvement over the last 3 to 5 years. Look at the Giants head coach. He's a scrub. He shouldn't even be coaching in the league. But he gets a chance, and it's not even no focus on him. Now he got 3 potential starters on one team. Any one of those guys could start. They brought Russell Wilson in to be the starter, but Jackson Dart is looking good. Do you bench Russell Wilson? I don't think they will. Jackson Dart may come in if Russell Wilson doesn't start off strong. Jameis Winston, he can be a hell of a back. You know what I'm saying? So, it's nuances, and it comes down to timing. When you're working with the first string, you see a big difference than working with the second and third string. That's why they first string. And once he understands that, I got 2 seconds, maybe 3 tops, but I got to get rid of the ball. If not, the coach will chew him out and be like, you come on over here and just read playbooks and work on the practice squad or whatever until you get the timing. Those that can do it will be okay. Those that can't, they won't be in the league long anyway.
This is my problem with what you're saying, though, Coach. He didn't just get to the game and start holding the fucking ball for 5 seconds. This is what he does. So
and that's what he did.
Rookie camp. We've had mini camps. We've had training camp. This ain't something that just all of a sudden he popped out and said, oh, you know what? It's game time. Let me hold this ball for even fucking longer.
Tommy, you would do the same thing if you was coached by your daddy all your life.
Already been told.
It would be the same thing if you was coached by your daddy and you developed bad habits all your life and he never addressed it. If he'd went to any other university, they'd hurry up and address that. But he's been coached by his father.
Listen to what you're missing, what I'm saying. We are 3 games into the preseason. Right?
He only played 2. Yeah, he only played 2.
Listen to what I'm saying. We're 3 games into the preseason. That means he's had 3 games on top of mini camp, on top of rookie camp, on top of training camp, of being told. Now, we're talking about him potentially being the starter, right? Let's make him day 1 starter. We're fucking 3 games into the season and we're having the same conversation. That's a problem, especially if you're my first round pick.
But we seeing the same thing with Chicago. It's the same thing. We got a player
and
who
Coach
was
Bird, it's a problem.
Could be taking a step back.
Hold on. The difference between the guy in Chicago and the guy in Cleveland is the talent gap. And if we don't see the talent gap, then we could just finish this conversation now.
So
now
what's the talent gap?
On football.
Tommy, listen, I understand LA, y'all got them scrub teams out there. Y'all got that butter popcorn football y'all play out there. I understand that. I understand that, man. But again, football
that was some nasty work right there.
It's about timing.
He said the butter popcorn teams. He said the butter popcorn teams.
You take them over. You bring them to Chicago in November. They frigid out there. They crackling like. Come on, man.
What school you think produced the most NFL Hall of Famers? Take a guess. Take a gander.
I don't know what school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they play on that West Coast.
What school?
They play in South Central LA. USC Trojans.
Yeah, but when you take them warm weather teams into the cold, they over with their flowered mittens on. I'm talking about it's too cold. It's a different game.
They ain't got no choice now. They're in the Big Ten. They ain't got no choice.
We're tropical people.
Okay, well, you're going to be tropical when you're playing up in Michigan in November. Yeah, we gonna see how tropical y'all are in. I don't want to hear nothing. You know, we talking about it was too cold.
Hey, you know what they're gonna do for you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna put a petition in for us to play at Detroit Lions Stadium.
Yeah.
They said, man, we gotta play at Ford Field, we play at Michigan. Yeah, that's what they're gonna put a petition in for.
World class. He was holding the ball that long in the last game as well. It's a continuous
Man,
issue.
he's been coached
That's
by his
issue for
father.
Jackson State, world class.
Oh, man. He's been coached by his father, man. His father let him get away with all that.
No,
Come
absolutely.
on, man.
But
So-
okay, so hold on, wait. And this is why I always defer to I have to humble myself and understand that these people know more than me. Because you know what? If I'm a billionaire owner and I'm sending my scout team out there, you know what the fuck I want to know? What this nigga's daddy, the bad traits he done let him get away with. Or, like, again, from a coach's perspective, we're looking from the outside and we're looking for what we see from these couple of games that they play. We don't even look at the damn practices. You sending in scout teams, and these people are literally, they asking your kindergarten best friend things about you. So they know every single thing about you. And again, if you look even at the preseason game that he actually won, he still had the same issues. The holding the ball too long, the running backwards when you're getting chased, the drifting in the pocket. You ain't supposed to never move no more than 7 yards. I counted 3 snaps in a row. He was 10 yards back or further. That's a huge problem for a starting quarterback. You know what Max Crosby gonna do if you 12 yards behind your offensive line? He's going to destroy you.
Man, come on, man. When Joe Flacco get hurt in the 4th game.
All right, so now we acting like again.
Man, I'm about to get up out of it. I ain't gonna keep fooling with y'all. Y'all crazy as hell.
12 yards behind your offensive line ain't a problem.
Tell the Raiders to call Shador because Gino gonna do the same thing he do every year. He gonna throw. It's the same thing, man. Timing, Tommy, man. Timing, man. Your 40 and my 40 is close to the same. If you was 10, 20 years younger, you might get me by 2 seconds. But right now, you being in your 40s and me 50, I can still run a 40. We're gonna be close, neck and neck. And then you're going to say you blew me out. So I'm just saying timing, brother. It comes down to timing, man. That's all. You could be right. I'm just saying timing.
Man, hey, look, with that being said, we talk about time, and I've been on her for a long time tonight. I'm about to get up out of there because I got to get fed. I'm hungry to the bitch, and my big ass can't starve. Even though I can afford to sacrifice, my big ass need to sacrifice, but I'm hungry.
Salute to you.
So I gotta go break bread, man. Hey, Tommy, I appreciate you coming through. Coach Ferg, I appreciate you coming through, big brother. Right on.
No problem.
Hey, y'all be easy, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Salute, bro.
All right, fellas. So, guys, with that being said, man, I appreciate every last one of you guys being here tonight. Right on. With that being said, make sure y'all hit that like button before y'all go. And if you watch it on replay, hit that like button.
What's the goddamn button?
You goddamn right. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. World class, you stop all that goddamn hate. I'm sick of you. Y'all be easy. Later.